Hey all, this is Martin from How to Make Mobile Games on YouTube. It's been around 2 weeks since I last did a developer diary video for the 2D platformer game. So my apologies, it has been a while. I wanted to do a little bit more, but my excuse as always is that I'm just so busy and I've had a million different things going on, so sorry about that. Today the date is May the 18th, 2013. Again, so we're just keeping track of the time and you guys can get an idea of how long these developments are taking me. So I think this is part 6, or I think part 7 actually. I might be wrong anyway, but the title will change for the video. So let me just find my notes. The biggest thing is I've been focusing on building levels. That's really been the main thing, and also some level mechanics as well. So I'm just going to jump right in and show you a little bit of gameplay of these levels. I'm going to try to make this a fast video because I've got a couple of things that I quickly need to do later on. This level here is something I'm building today, and this is a maze level. Now, I've not added any dangers in here yet, and I'm just going to turn my volume down so that jump doesn't sound too crazy. But this is a maze level, and I'm going to be putting in some dangers in here, trying to not make things too hard, and I'm actually trying to do a couple of more easier levels at the moment. So what I've found is that the levels are pretty hard at the moment, and that might be a problem. So I've got to kind of balance, you know, how many levels are hard and how many levels are easy. So because I think at the moment when I test it on, well, for me it's pretty difficult, and I tested it on my wife, and she hates it at the moment because it's just too hard. So I've really had to like dumb it down and make a couple of levels really easy. So, but who knows? I need to sort of get feedback once it's live and find out. The level select screen here, I think you might have seen this already, but I've added an extra pane on here, so now it's three panes. And I think maybe the last time I'd spoken to you, I might have been on level 9 or 10. So I'll see what I've done on level 11 here, and I can't remember what the levels entail exactly. So I'm going to have to like jump in and sort of just find out as I go. Sorry, I'm just going to have to temporarily, if I can say that, just deactivate that level geometry there, so that I can actually play the level that I've selected. And I think we should be on level 10 or 11, did I decide? Yeah, so this is one, I'm not going to try and play through these actually, because this is just going to be too difficult for me, and the video is not very smooth. This one is pretty difficult. We've got these lasers, or these bullets sort of going up and vertically and horizontally, and you've got to dodge around and then get under the bottom there to reach the goal. Pretty short level, but that one's fun, I think. And I added in another set of levels as well, which was kind of introducing the laser mechanic. So there's lasers that follow you around. This is another design mechanic, and I can't control it right now. I'm sorry, because the frame rate is just naff. But the whole level is spinning, so it's really quite a challenge. But it's an interesting challenge, I think. I found it fun to play this one. And I might do this on more levels, but it's pretty tough. But the whole geometry of the level there is spinning, and so that's just trying to mix things up a little bit and see what works and what doesn't work. So, all right, I'm just trying to find. I wonder if it was level 13, perhaps. Yeah. So this is the laser mechanic that, or the laser danger, I should say. Let me just zoom in on the geometry here, and that's a little bit easier to see. So as you can see, these lasers, what they do is they basically circle everywhere, as you can see, and if they ever hit a piece of geometry, then they just stop and they can't continue. But it's good because you've got to time how you jump across this part here, and also if you want to go for a speed run, you've got to kind of time things that you can get underneath this one here and into the corner. So it's a pretty small level, but I might do more with the lasers later because I kind of enjoy playing with the lasers myself, actually, in the levels. So I think, should I figure out this one? This one's fairly simple. This is just a long drop, right down to the bottom here. And if I can, I'll just try and drop it in. It might be a little bit small here. But to get between these two saws is a little bit of a challenge, but there's actually a quick way to jump over the top here, if you can see where my mouse is going. Just right over this geometry and then down, sort of through these 4 saws here, and then through these 4 at the bottom, and then hitting the goal there. So there's easier ways and hard ways to do it. So what I'm trying to do with the levels is kind of like break things up into, you can do the easy path and you can get the normal time, or you can do a harder path and get the fastest time and also collect coins as well. So we'll see how that goes, but definitely the big thing that I need to kind of know now and get some feedback on is it too hard or too easy? I'm definitely going for a niche audience with this game. I'm definitely targeting sort of old school retro game players like myself who love a good challenge and can just play all day with the hardest game ever. You know, and not really getting anywhere, but just every couple of days you're managing to get that, you know, just that little step further, and those are the types of games I really enjoy. So that's really the target for this. It's definitely not mass audience, but I think with there are a lot of hardcore retro players who might enjoy this. So I've got to kind of figure that out as things go on. So so complete level button. I don't think I mentioned this one before, but let me just show you on the top of here. If there's a level which is too hard because we're talking about difficulty, if you tap on this complete level button, then it gives you the option to complete the level for 100 coins or whatever the coins will cost, whatever the level complete will cost, and then you can get to the next level. Because right now you can't go to the next level without completing the previous level first. So it'll just pop up, level is complete, and then you can go to the next level and it's unlocked. So that one's also been in there, and that's kind of like a monetization strategy as well to see, you know. Obviously, you know, to make money in the game, of course, but I'm curious how many people will do that, and so I need to kind of track that as well. So I'm going to be tracking a lot of data in this game. So yeah. So the other big thing is I want to try and finish this version in the next few days. Possibly, I'm guessing probably early next week. In the next few days, I wanted to go for tomorrow, which is Sunday, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to take maybe a couple of days longer. I'm going to finish this first version with 18 levels, and I'm going to be doing sort of like maybe 2 levels every day or something like this, and then just doing very quick updates and then adding new features and fixing any bugs. So it's going to be a very quick update process for the game, but it's going to make it a long game. I'm hoping to have 100+ levels in the game eventually, which should be, hopefully, is a lot of fun. And really, it's going to be the biggest project that I've built and I've worked on. My other games are a lot smaller and never really had separate levels as such, that are structured differently, like in this game. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes and whether these types of games make more revenue or not. I know that from a publishing business that yes, these games that are longer, have more content, definitely do better. So, but I'm wondering this type of game, this very niche, hardcore 2D platformer, how well that's going to go. So we'll see. So I am going to upload it to Google Play, and it's going to be available for you guys to download. I'm not going to do any marketing for it, and I'm not going to think carefully about the name. I'm just going to put a placeholder, say 2D platformer name or something like this. But it's great because what I'll hopefully be able to do is track some of the gameplay, how people play with the game. You know, do they reach level 5 and then stop? Do they download it and then delete it? Or I'll get some feedback saying, oh, it's too hard, or this part was great, or this part was boring, and I can really figure it out. And then hopefully from you guys as well, because I know a couple of you have mentioned that you're really interested in testing. So it's just an easy way for me to get it out to everybody that would like to test it. And I'm not going to add any descriptions, or I'm just going to put a very basic screenshot and a very basic icon, and then build it up from there. And that might be a future strategy, like going forward for all of our future games as well. It might be a great way to sort of do that and release it, get a feel for it, and then continue to build and update it. So the next thing I wanted to do is comments and questions on the videos. So I'm just seeing where I've got up to last time, and then 2 weeks ago. Yeah, so it's been roughly 2 weeks since I did this one. So Lineary1, hey, how you doing? So hey, I would love to test the game out for you, he says, or she says. Awesome, yeah, great. That's cool. I'll let everybody know as soon as the game is live on Google Play, and then I'll pass everybody a link. The iPhone version won't be available yet for probably a couple of weeks, so my apologies. The reason I chose Google Play is just because it's a very fast, easy way to get the game into the market. So Android users, great. iPhone users, it will come a little bit later. So Manuel says, hi Martin, thanks for the animation mini tutorial. Really helpful, and if you some tester for your game, just say the word. Cool, Manuel. Again, thanks very much. Definitely. I hope that you guys do like 2D platformer games, and especially like tough, challenging ones, like um, obviously Super Meat Boy I've mentioned before. Mario the Impossible Levels. Definitely check out on YouTube something called Mario Impossible Levels, which is the hardest core 2D gameplay that I've ever seen, a 2D platformer gameplay. So if you're into those, then fantastic. And also games like, I think it's I Want to Be the Guy is the other one as well. So maybe we'll see how it goes. But great, I'll let you know as soon as it's available. So I think we were down to, I think Geeky, how you doing? I think I'd mentioned this one before, but you really like the gradient and the mountains you weren't too sure about. Yeah, that's cool. I agree with you on those points as well, and I think I answered this comment before. Is definitely I agree. I think sticking with that simple, plain, almost Atari 2600 style of things will make it, is the style of the game that I'd like to stick with. That might change later. We'll see. I might add some variety of color in there, maybe some clouds. I'm not sure yet, but definitely the simple look right now I think works fairly well. So Manuel again says, I think as soon as you have 10 levels, the game will be ready to go on Google Play, but try to make easier levels. Yeah, Manuel, definitely, I agree. I need to have the first level, which I have now, is a tutorial level, and it just has some text to explain how to jump and how to move. Definitely, I need some easier levels, probably a lot more easier levels actually, because I will find a lot of players will be quickly turned off by this game. Now, I've mentioned obviously I'm targeting a niche market. I am targeting people that really like 2D platformer games and a good challenge. And I mentioned this before. I said, oh, it's mainly guys, but like Geeky said, yeah, it's going to be girls as well. But definitely a niche player. But I do need to do it easier in the beginning. Have say 10 levels that can be breezed through, but there is replay value with those levels because you can go for like the A+ time, and I'll have the ABC time feature in later. So if you get a great time, you get an A+. So I'll be including that one later. So Alejandro, 10 levels is too short. Maybe 20 levels is ready on Google Play. Yeah, I agree. I'm actually going to come out with 18 probably for this first release. I'll call it release 0.1, and it's 18 levels so far, and that's just because it's got 3 panes on it on the level select screen. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But definitely, I'm going to be doing a lot of fast iteration with the updates. So once you do download the first version, keep updating it, and then you can find that I might have added like say 2 or 3 levels in like the next day or something like this after I've got a little bit of feedback. So cool. Next one, Geeky. I think you've missed some comments. I posted a comment on 5B a week ago, but it wasn't in your list in YouTube comments. Thinking that this maybe skips a lot of comments. Yeah, sorry, Geeky. I know. I noticed that before, that some of the comments had not appeared, and because I remember reading them on my Gmail, and then when I came into YouTube, they weren't there, which was very strange. So I think it might have been Yugi who was asking how I did the UI buttons were linked to the corners. So I'll quickly tell you, if it wasn't you, whoever it was, hopefully this answers your question. All I do is, and I'm going to find the code and quickly show you, so that you can just sort of see this on camera and then pause it and then maybe copy the code yourself, and you can do it that way. So menu button anchors are, alright, I'll take this for example. So this menu button anchors is let me just zoom in, is this at the top here, and then underneath them as a child, I've got this restart menu and complete level button, okay? And what I do is I move these over to the right hand side, so I'll drag these over here, because this is anchored to the top left. So I want this parent object here to be in the top left of the screen up here. And the code that I use for that, if I can find it, I think it's this one here, Hscreen placement. It basically just gets this parent object here, and what it does is it changes the what does it do now? It changes the pixel position from the top left into a screen coordinate, and then it makes that parent objects meet that coordinate. So for example here, I think I've got the move buttons on the bottom left, and so what I'm doing here is camera.main camera screen to world point, so the screen that the player would tap on. So if this is the screen here, this is, I think, is 0, 0 in the bottom left. Over here is screen.width. You can find that in Unity in the documentation. And up here is screen.height, I think. So this point is 0, 0 on the bottom left, and that's what I'm saying here, is change 0, 0 into world space, into the actual game space. And then 50 is just how far you want that to be from the camera. Do you want it to be 100 points away or 50 points? So 50 points is a good distance. The level geometry is here, then it moves the menus here, and the camera's here. So that's what it does. And then all we're doing is saying here, make the anchor point the position that we've just calculated from here. So hopefully that makes sense, but definitely pause the video and you guys can use that one as well. And I've just found it a convenient way to move the UI around the screen, but also having the 3D geometry. So I'm not using the Unity GUI or anything like that. So anyway, I can smell my lunch, so I'm going to go and get this now and get food and have to do some more work later on. So anyway, thanks for listening, everybody. Stay tuned for the next part. Hopefully the next part will be once it's live, and then I can tell you guys, hey, here's the link, and you guys can test it out and have fun as well, please. I hope you do find it fun. Please like this video, of course. Please subscribe, anybody who's coming into the channel. Drop any questions or comments down below. If you want to see any code or how anything specifically was done inside of this game, then let me know. The live videos, once it's there, I'm going to be giving information on downloads and also revenue as well. And hopefully you guys will find that really interesting, because I did see a comment from somebody else saying, hey, I really like the business videos, and they're more useful than the tutorials. So definitely you're going to see that information, so stay tuned. Anyway, for now, my lunch is here. I'm going to get it. Have a great weekend, everyone, and I'm going to speak to you all soon. Okay, bye.